Hey y'all. Yeah, I had to come back on here because after I ended the last video with the morning motivational message, I started shuffling the cards, and I swear on everything, the card that fell out was this. You hear me? This is what fell out, and all I could say was, oh my God, I should have did it when I said I was going to do it, and I changed my mind. Trust your intuition, collective. Remember that time is fluid. So whenever you see this message, it's when you're meant to see it. It's a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone. So please only take what resonates and leave the rest where it's at. All right? Look at him. He's still there. What's the message here for the collective this morning, Spirit? This is a confirmation. What we got here? 9 of Candles. Satan tests Job, right? Go ahead and jump off that cliff. God will give you wings. He'll get the angels to protect you, that you won't hurt yourself, that you won't get hurt. It says God is not to be tempted. Am I right? God is not to be tempted. All right? Don't tempt God. All right? Because if he told you not to do something or to do something and you don't do it, or you do something, gee, folks. What we got here? We have strength. Daniel in the lion's den. He will protect you. Right? Keep your faith. No matter what you're going through, wherever you're being sent, whoever's trying to bind you, whoever's trying to test you, to test God, don't test God. They don't believe you. They don't believe in your faith. You hear me? What else we got here? We got the Ace of Candles, the Samaritan woman at the well. All right? You could have been somebody that has looked for God in people, places, and things, right? You could be somebody that felt like having a husband or a family was something that you needed, right? To advance, right? To put you in a position. Hello. What we got here? Judgment. The last judgment. We're all under judgment, and we all will be. Okay? We're going to be tested, and we're going to be judged about our character, about our integrity, about the choices that we make when we're in hard positions, right? What do? Do we go out and we lie, cheat, and steal to attain these things, right? Or do we settle, right, and we accept and we surrender to the way life is, but we continue to pray, right? We continue to stay close to God, regardless of what it looks like, right? And people will persecute you. Thank you, Spirit. People will persecute you. People will judge you, right? But when you get to a place where you're ready to surrender to God, God knows everything about you. He knows everything about you. There are no secrets, right? There are no things that I've done that you hoping that you want God to forgive. He already knows. He just wants you to be willing to admit it. Come on, Spirit. To Him. And to be repentant about it, right? You want that living water. Come on, Spirit. What else? We got the King of Feathers, the Judgment of Solomon. Oh, excuse me. Then the king gave his ruling. Give the living baby to the first woman. Do not kill him. She is his mother. Okay. This is about that child. Was it Jesus? Whose baby is this? Whose baby does it belong to? Or was it? It was that woman that found the baby, found Jesus in the basket in the water, right? So there was so I'm seeing like a struggle. Who's the mother? Who's the mother, right? So let's kill the baby. And we'll see. We'll see by their actions, by their reactions. And of course his mother said no. Let her have him, because she knows, right, that it will save the baby's life if she surrendered her rights to the baby, right? So this is about not only about judgment, but about sacrifice. The real mother loves her child, and she is the type that would sacrifice and let the child go so that the child can live, right? That's just like when we give our children up for adoption, or we lose custody of our children. All right, some could look at that as a bad thing, but some could also look at it as, I can't do it, so let somebody else do it. You hear me? I don't know who's facing that, who's dealing with that, but that's what I'm hearing. Right? What's going on here? Anything else? What we got here? The night of grain. Jacob's works for Laban. What's this? So Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel, but it seemed like only a few days to him because of his love for her. Somebody may be sacrificing for someone. Somebody may be trying to show someone or trying to convince someone of their love for them, right? Somebody's been working real hard to show somebody that they're the one, that they're for them, that they care for them. This is somebody that's even willing to do menial jobs or do things out of their character. So this could be somebody that may have stability, right? This is somebody that maybe you don't know this person may have stability, right? That they may have, things comfortable in their life because they don't outwardly show it. All right, some of you guys could be meeting somebody that has wealth, right? But they don't allow their wealth to be their first presentation, right? They don't lead with their wealth. They lead with their faith. This is somebody that knows that money, power, and respect does not bring you spiritual wealth. It's your faith. Thank you, Spirit. So there could be somebody in your life, or this could be you, collective. Take it how it resonates. This could be like a undercover boss. Thank you, Spirit. We got Queen of Grains, Proverbs 31 woman. Come on now. Come on, Spirit. Come on, Spirit. Spirit about to bring you in somebody. Yes. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. This is a woman of faith. Somebody sees you as a woman of faith. A woman of courage. A woman of strength. There is, look, 12 and 13, I promise. There is somebody that sees you as somebody that's well worthy and that should have access, should be shared with you. Somebody feels like you are someone that they can trust. You're somebody that's not materialistic. All right? You're someone that makes good choices. You make smart choices, especially when it comes to your finances, your stability. You're not somebody that's out here chasing the fucking bag. I mean, we all have to live. We all have to survive. We all got to pay our bills and stuff. I understand that, right? But you're not out here chasing the material things like cars, money, property, prestige, men. You're not out here showing your butt, and stuff like that. Listen, it is what it is, right? Somebody sees you. And this is somebody that has money. This is somebody that has prosperity. This is somebody that has a strong foundation, a strong material foundation. I'm going to say what it is, right? This is somebody that's in alignment with you. You may have been married. Some of you guys could have children from a previous relationship or marriage, right? You could be on your own now, just you and your children. Okay? Somebody's been watching you for a long time. Spirit said at least 7 years. At least 7 years somebody's been watching you, watching your progress, watching you go through. 2 of Green. Listen, your faithfulness, nigga. You hear me? How you move, your choices. One of those listening was a woman from the city of Thyatira named Lydia, a dealer in purple cloth. She was a worshiper of God. You mind your business. You work for the community. You give back to the community. You serve others. You could even sell things, but you sell them at a reasonable price where everybody can afford it. Come on, Spirit. Even if those that don't have enough, you still give them the same portion as a full payment. Come on, Spirit. You're a faithful businesswoman. You're a queen of grains. You're a Proverbs 31 woman. You are deserving. Come on, Spirit. Anything else? The high priestess. Ooh, and the devil. Child. What's going on here? Mary Magdalene. Satan tempting humans to sin. And the high priestess. The devil. Bound. Tempting humans to sin. 2/15 could be significant. February 15th. So somebody has led somebody astray here. Give me one more, Spirit. Let me see. What's the high priest and the devil here, Spirit? What we got? The cycles of life. Wow. Man, listen, when I say y'all have freed yourselves, you have freed yourselves. Whatever the temptations were, whatever the sins were, it's like you seeing through it, right? Your faith. The high priestess is somebody that has access to the ethers, right? To the universal laws through spirit, right? You're somebody that can help other people see the temptations of sin, see the temptations of the devil. You're someone that teaches people about the cycles of life, right? Completion. Wow, look at this. I'm hearing God was with you through all your cycles of life, through all the binds, the ties that bind you together, the connections, the chains. Like through all our cycles of lives, we had to overcome the temptations of the devil, even as children, right? From children to our youth, to our adulthood, to our elderly, till we get old, right? So some of y'all have had a lot of seasons of temptation. Wow. The high priestess is giving me knowledge, wisdom. It's giving me not saying that how you use your energy, but you have access to things that most humans don't access, right? The dark and the light. And both of these is nothing but skulls, right? It's people that have succumbed, right? You learn from the loss. You learn from other people's choices, right? You pay attention. I say it all the time, that pattern recognition. You did it. In all cycles of your life, you have completed a cycle. This is another cycle that you could be an adult, but you haven't quite gotten to geriatric yet, right? I'm here all my life. I had to fight through all the relationships that didn't work out, through all the things that you've done, all the positions that you've held, all the things that you've known, and you've seen how things have worked out in your life. You've experienced the bad choices, right? You've overcome a lot of things. You've overcome a lot of things that would have held you bondage to this sinful energy. There's also someone around you that has also seen the error of their ways. You got somebody watching you. You got somebody watching your growth. Somebody has even seen you go through difficult relationships, especially with the woman at the well. Remember, she had a few husbands, and none of them was hers. Oh, right? Miriam's praise for God. Look at this. 10:11. There we go again in succession. Miriam sang to them, "Sing to the Lord, for he is highly exalted. Both horse and driver he has hurled into the sea." You've overcome, baby. You've overcome those challenges. You have overcome, and you teach others. And you teach others. You're fair. You know what it is to live with, and you know what it is to live without, to have and not have. Come on, Spirit. You've had to learn through the cycles of life how to maintain your faith, no matter what it looks like, and you teach others. You've learned a lot of life lessons, especially when it comes to the temptations of humans and the sin, right? How Satan tempts us. I want to know more, thank you, Spirit, about this high priestess. 7 of candles, David and Goliath. Somebody could have tried to bully you. Somebody may have tried to scare you into believing that they were bigger than God, right? That they knew more. That they you know what I'm saying? See, God is so humble. He's not extravagant, right? So when he does things, it's not in extravagance. David said to the Philistines, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defiled." This little person's coming after this big giant with nothing but the Spirit of God, nothing but his faith. That's how strong he was in his faith, that the smallest rock could take down that giant, could take down this devil energy. There could have definitely been somebody around you that has been trying to keep you bound to toxicity, to keep you, to sacrifice you, to turn you over to the devil. Somebody wanted to trip you. I just seen somebody stick their foot out as you were walking by. Somebody wanted you to feel like you were on the wrong path, that your faith wasn't strong enough, that God wasn't strong enough. Child, to defeat fucking death. You hear me? Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. You hear me? Somebody didn't think you were strong enough. Somebody thought they were bigger than you. Could be somebody that thought because you were young. I'm telling you, you've been fighting this fight since you were a child, my nigga. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You've been fighting this fight since you were a child. Yep, there's an ending here, baby. Somebody, spirit is about to sever this tie, this bound, this chain, or whatever this is. What's going on here, spirit? I feel like you, collective, have put an end to something. We got the Ace of Grants entering the promised land. You're about to enter your promised land, baby. I will give you every place where you set your foot, as I promised Moses. The cycles of life, 10 and 1. The ending and the death card. Look at this. Because you stood up to your Goliath. You let somebody know. You could be the high priestess, or this could be a high priestess in your energy. With the next to the devil, this is somebody that has been trying to bind you since you were here, since you've been here. Since a child, through your adolescence and your adulthood. Some of you could be in your 30s, 40s, and 50s at this time. Because that's what I'm seeing. Grown folks. You had a lot of hard life lessons. You had a lot of lessons that you had to learn to free you from these toxic bondages, these toxic relationships. Dealing with people that were, I heard, on the devil's side, right? What we got here? Queen of Feathers, Abigail the Peacemaker. May you be blessed for your good judgment. Come on now. And for keeping me from bloodshed this day, and from avenging myself with my own hands. You don't have to fight back. You don't have to use the same tactics that the devil uses to make your point. You ain't got to argue with nobody. You ain't got to prove shit to nobody. Thank you, Spirit. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody. It's your walk. It's your faith. So what? You ain't got a whole lot of shit. You got peace of mind. You got God's grace and mercy. And that's what it's really about. It ain't about what you have. It's about what's within. Yeah, you're about to enter your promised land. And that is telling me that you're about to be catapulted somewhere where there's people just like you. People that think like you, that have a spirit like you, that same spirit of God, right? You're guiding people, you're teaching people. You ain't got to fight back with words. You ain't got to fight back with the things you do. You just have to believe in God and trust that God can handle it for you. Things may seem bigger than you. You may think that something is much bigger than you, that you really can't deal with it on your own. And you shouldn't have to deal with it by yourself. You're not alone. You talk about peace. You talk about overcoming. You talk about letting God handle it. It's not, listen, every choice someone makes, that's the judgment for God. When they come to God, when that day comes, God is going to sit them down and say, why did you act like this? And when you get to meet him, you got to have to explain why you acted the way you acted too. Right? What was his instructions when Satan was trying to tempt you? When Satan wanted you to seek revenge. When Satan wanted you to say mean things. The lovers, Adam and Eve. Come on now. Come on now. Because whoever ate that apple caused another one to fall. Right? Whoever ate that apple caused another person to fall. Six of challenges, Jesus and the children. Leave the children alone. Let them come towards me. Get out of their way. Somebody's been blocking you since you were a child. Somebody's seen your light when you was a child. And they try to stop you from going towards God. They try to lead you towards the devil. Thank you, Spirit. Yes, they did. Yes, they fucking did. Listen. There you go. Jesus was very humble. He didn't seek material wealth. He sought spiritual wealth. Right? He sought those that would be willing to give up their life for him. All their money, all their material possessions. Right? Remember? Remember how he told that person that had all this material wealth and all this money, and he said, what do I need, to follow you? He said, you got to let all that go. And it hurt this person's pride. It hurt their ego. Because they weren't willing to release the comfortability of their money. Five of Feathers, King Saul's tragic downfall. Look at that shit. When we think we're in charge, when we think money, power, money, and prestige is going to save us, right? No, it's not. That shit can be taken away in a fucking instant. Come on now. Triumphant entry into Jerusalem. You're entering the promised land, collective. Queen of Candles, Deborah, prophetess and leader. Come on, Spirit. Come on now. Now Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, was leading Israel at the time. You could be this Queen of Candles. You could be shining this light on God, on Jesus, on how he lived. His teachings, right? His humbleness, his humility. His great regard for those that were suffering. How he was fair. Even if you didn't deserve it, even if you couldn't earn it, he still shared it with you. Right? Listen, the hermit, John the Baptist. Bearing that burden, carrying that cross. Some of y'all could be in hermit mode. Some of you guys could be by yourself. You could be going through this time, this transformation. Thank you, Spirit. Page of Grains, Priscilla, teaching the teachers. He began to speak boldly in the synagogue. When Priscilla and Aquila heard him, they invited him to their home and explained to him the way of God more adequately. He began to speak boldly in the synagogue. What did he talk about? What I have. All the blessings and the grace and the mercy of God. And when they pull him to the side where they say, listen, it ain't about the money. It ain't. Listen, you can have all the money in the world and still not have God. You still ain't got no protection. You still ain't got no peace. Because that shit ain't gonna bring it to you. How God said, look, they sitting there talking to idols. Them idols can't save your life. Them idols can't heal your body. Them idols can't heal your mind. That material shit can't do shit for you. It's idle. It doesn't speak. It doesn't do anything. Somebody had to be cleared about that. This is giving me a pastor kind of energy. Having one of the congregation come in and I don't know, child. Y'all figure that one out. He began to speak boldly in the synagogue. When Priscilla and Aquila heard him, they invited him, to talk to him, to explain some things to him about how God works. Priscilla teaching the teach. So this could definitely be somebody that could be correcting I'm saying, I'm hearing of somebody that's already in a leadership position. Somebody in a higher position than you. This is a position, this is a man-made position. Let's just get that shit understanding, right? Because when it comes to the spirit, God is the ultimate authority and we're all his servants. But this is somebody that thinks that they are an authority on God in human form. You understand what I'm saying? So a pastor, preacher, somebody in that kind of authority, okay? 4 feathers. Elijah's retreat into silence. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire came a gentle whisper. After the earthquake, so turbulent times, tower moments, things happening, that could change the dynamics of a situation, right? It's like, where's God? Ooh, spirit. I heard, where's your God? This is sitting next to the hermit as well with the 4. This is giving me the 4 wands, right? Or the 4 swords. It don't matter. But with the hermit, after the storm, after the fire, after the earthquake came a whisper. Some may feel like, when you've been going through some storms or whatnot, right? They may feel like God has left you. That's why. Ooh, that's what I'm hearing. That's why people say you're getting karma. If you've been going through things where things are being torn down, your thoughts, the way your environment, things are falling, right? Falling away. People may feel like that's a punishment. Because when material shit is your idol, of course not having it could be a punishment, right? Some people could feel like that. But I feel like you being in this isolation, you being stripped of the material things and still having your faith is what God wants people to see. But if you can't see past the material, they can't see you. So you could be somebody that people just walk by. People don't notice you, right? They don't see the God in you. Even when you're in the community, even when you're doing God's work, they still don't see you because you don't have the shiny shit on. You're not dressed in a cloth and those collars and you're not out here like that, because I promise you, if you came out with like a clergyman, people will respect you, right? Because they feel like you're close to God. But if they see you like this, they feel like you're not. You're being punished by God. They don't even understand how Jesus came in here on that donkey. He didn't have nothing. He didn't have no triumphant, thing coming, procession with horns and all that stuff and bells and whistles. He didn't have none of that. Come on now. What we got here? 3 of feathers, betrayal of a son. The king was shaken. He went up to the room over the gateway and wept. As he went, he said, "Oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom, if only I had died instead of you. Oh, Absalom, my son, my son." So this could be a loss. Somebody could be losing a family member, even a child. Some of you guys could be, if this isn't a literal death, this could be an ending, right, of a relationship. Somebody could have felt like, you being removed. And then we talk about something about children earlier. Somebody could feel like losing their child could be a punishment. or somebody's child could have done something out of, for material gain. I'm thinking somebody's child made a bad choice, and it may have cost them their freedom in some way, shape, or form, or their life. Some of you could have started to lose faith. You're questioning. I'm hearing you questioning God. Why? And I'm also hearing that you feel like it was some kind of punishment. This is something I cannot answer. I don't have any rationale, right? All I hear is why. And keep asking, because he's gonna tell you. He's gonna show you. Sometimes things have to be taken from us in order for us to move forward. Right? This could have been somebody that was interfering or blocking you in some way, shape, or form. Take it how it resonates. Because, see, there's a position that God is trying to put you in. And there's some things that God needs to remove from our lives sometimes so that he can have our full attention. This is somebody that idolized something. Even people, when we idolize people, when we put people first, same thing. When we idolize people, places, and things, we feel like they're the ones that make our lives whole, when it is not. They don't make our lives whole. We're always to choose God first. Come on, Spirit. The moon. Jacob dreams at Bethel. There go the moon. Temperance, Mary and Martha. Look at this, 14:14. That's that. King of Charleston, Nehemiah rebuilding Jerusalem. Temperance. It's something about what you do and how you do it that people may feel like you should be doing something else, but you're doing what God wants you to do. Somebody believes that their way is the way to please God, to have that relationship with him. But see, you are to focus on the Most High. You're here to please Jesus. You're here to please God, not here to please nobody else. And some people may feel like those are the things you're supposed to do, but it's not. I want to know more about this moon, Spirit. What else can we have to clarify this moon? Somebody could be really emotional. Somebody could be asking, like I said, asking God why. But somebody also had a dream about something as well. Somebody already seen something coming. Somebody already seen something coming. Ten of Candles. Jeremiah's burden. Somebody already seen something coming. Why did I ever come out of the womb to see trouble and sorrow and in my days in shame? Is it really shame? I feel like some of you guys have been shown something, probably in a dream, a prophecy. Somebody could feel like they're carrying a lot of burdens at this time. Why am I here if everything, if I'm going to be made to look like a fool, if I have to carry all these burdens, if I have to deal with all this shit, all this stuff on my back, right? Like, how can God love me? This isn't God. This is the devil. This is punishment. Somebody feels like their burdens are punishment. Or you could be having a dream of somebody else going through their burdens and not being able to, excuse me, carry them. This could be a child of yours. Some of you guys could be having dreams or prophecies of your children, the way they live their life, what they're doing. You know, they know that you know is going to become a burden. Or maybe you feel like you have to carry the burden. Queen of Cups, Hannah, Mother of Faith. I prayed for this child. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked for of him. So now I give him to the Lord for his whole life. He will be given over to the Lord. You got to surrender that child. I remember when my youngest was born, I had him baptized, or not, what you call it, christened. All right? And I'm going to tell you why. Because when my son was born, I was in like the first 5 years of my recovery. And, you know, I was praying, you know, I wanted to stay clean. I wanted to be available. But the thing that I felt most was I had to give my child to God, right? I had to put him in God's hands because I didn't trust the world. You hear me? I didn't trust the world because I had seen so many things and people doing so many things. And plus, what had happened to me, right? And I knew that I wasn't protected. I wasn't protected by my environment, but God protected me. So when my last one was born, I immediately said, God, listen, you got to do this because I can't protect him the way you can. You hear me? This is what somebody praying. Somebody got a praying mama. Somebody prays for their child. Somebody prays for their child. Or their children. Take it how it resonates. The world. New Jerusalem. There it is again, y'all. And there you are. You're entering the promised land. Is it what it looked like? Is it what you thought it would look like? Is it what you thought it would be? When in reality, it's just a bunch of us that believe in God, that trust in the Most High, and we try to live a righteous life, right? We try to do the right thing for the right reasons. It ain't about no money. Child, if we focused on money, we have to work 24/7 to keep it. And then while you're working and giving and working for somebody else in order to have your shit, God's over here by himself like I could give you all of that. But is that shit important? Is that what you really want? Because you can have that shit, but you won't have me. Because that ain't what I'm about. I'm about saving souls, not jobs, not homes, not cars, not children. You hear me? In that respect. We talking about relationships. I ain't talking about the physical. We talking about relationships. Listen. If God's trying to get your attention, if you're somebody that has already been written, then I promise you all that shit will be removed out of your way. It will be removed from your environment so that you can focus on him. Anyway, any last words for the collective spirit? Please and thank you. Last words. 6 of Feathers, Ruth and the Moabites. She lost her husband. They both lost their husbands. She lost her sons. Some of you guys could be going through that. You could have lost your relationships. It could have been death. It could have been just departure. Ooh, the hangman, Peter's crucifixion. Somebody does not feel worthy of God. Young David. Ruth and the Moabite. This is you choosing to follow the path that God has put before you. You have a choice. You can go back to your old ways, to your old environment, or you can follow this new path. Right? Both of y'all have been stripped of the things that mean the most to you, right? That you live for, right? That your existence. And now here you both are together. I'm telling you, some of y'all finna come into contact with somebody. Somebody that's gonna walk with you. That's gonna be there for you. Somebody that God has chosen for you to go with, to be with, to walk with. A path. A journey. Alright? Alright, y'all. But anyway, you're right where you're supposed to be. You're going in the direction that God is leading you. And it's not in the direction of money, property, and prestige. It's about security, spirituality, and a relationship with God. I ain't never seen God show up in no jewelry and fancy shit. I've never known it. You know? I've never known that to be God, right? And a lot of times we can get some nice things and we're like, thank you, God, right? And then what do we do with it? Do we help other people? Or do we just keep it to ourselves and make ourselves look bigger and better and say this is God's blessing? It can be. It can be. Or it's not. I don't know. Anyway, that's the message. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see y'all. Deuces. Y'all stay up.